The art of self-compassion is embracing imperfection, treating yourself with kindness, letting go of harsh judgment, and honoring your humanity. And that is the thought for today. Welcome to 7 Good Minutes. I'm Clyde Lee Dennis. Thanks for joining me for what I believe will be 7 of the most enriching minutes of your day. In today's episode of 7 Good Minutes, we talk about the art of self-compassion, embracing imperfection. Enjoy. Have you ever felt like you need to be perfect to be accepted? We're constantly bombarded with images of flawless bodies, perfect relationships, and successful careers. It's easy to get caught up in the idea that we need to be perfect to fit in. But what if I told you that this pursuit of perfection is actually holding you back? The truth is, nobody is perfect. We all have flaws, quirks, and imperfections that make us unique. And yet, we often spend so much time trying to hide or change these things that we forget to accept and love ourselves for who we are. Embracing imperfection is a vital skill for personal growth and mental well-being. It's time to let go of the need for perfection and focus on being our authentic selves. In today's society, we're often encouraged to present a curated version of ourselves on social media. We post highlight reels of our lives, showcasing our accomplishments and happiness. But this can create unrealistic expectations and make us feel like we're not good enough. It's essential to remember that everyone has their struggles, regardless of how perfect their online persona may seem. So, why does embracing imperfection matter? It matters because it allows us to be vulnerable, to take risks, and to learn from our mistakes. When we accept our imperfections, we open ourselves up to new experiences and connections. We become more relatable, more human, and more authentic. To start embracing imperfection, we need to make some mindset shifts. One of the most significant shifts is developing an openness to vulnerability. This means being willing to take risks and put ourselves out there, even if it means getting hurt. We also need to cultivate self-compassion, treating ourselves with kindness and understanding when we make mistakes. Another crucial mindset shift is letting go of the need for control. When we're perfectionists, we often try to control every aspect of our lives. But this can lead to anxiety and stress. By embracing imperfection, we learn to let go and trust that everything will work out. There are many resources that can support us on this journey. One of my favorite books is The Gifts of Imperfection by Brené Brown. She shares a quote that resonates with me. Embracing what makes you different is what makes you special. Practicing mindfulness and self-awareness can also help us develop a more compassionate and accepting attitude towards ourselves. So how do we actually start embracing imperfection? It begins with identifying our personal flaws and imperfections. This can be uncomfortable, but it's essential to acknowledge and accept our shortcomings. Once we've identified our flaws, we can start reframing negative self-talk. Instead of beating ourselves up over our mistakes, we can practice self-compassion and focus on what we can learn from them. Another actionable step is to practice self-acceptance. This means embracing our quirks and imperfections, rather than trying to change them. We can start by making a list of things we love and appreciate about ourselves. As we work on embracing imperfection, it's essential to surround ourselves with supportive people. Having a community that encourages and accepts us for who we are can make a huge difference. Let's take it a step further and talk about reframing negative self-talk. For instance, instead of saying, "I'm a failure," we can say, "I made a mistake, but I can learn from it." Another example is practicing self-care. When we're kind to ourselves and take care of our physical and emotional needs, we're more likely to feel confident and self-assured. It's also essential to recognize that imperfection is a natural part of growth and learning. We can't improve without making mistakes. By embracing imperfection, we can live more authentic, wholehearted lives. We can take risks, pursue our passions, and connect with others on a deeper level. For example, I used to be a perfectionist when it came to my career. I would spend hours agonizing over every detail, trying to make sure everything was perfect, but then I realized that this was causing me more stress than happiness. So, I started to let go and focus on doing my best. Another example is in relationships. When we're vulnerable and authentic with others, we can build deeper connections and more meaningful relationships. I've learned that imperfection is a beautiful thing. It makes us unique and relatable. In addition to the steps we've discussed, there are many other resources that can support our journey of self-acceptance. Journaling techniques, such as writing down things we're grateful for, can help us cultivate a more positive mindset. Mindfulness practices, like meditation and deep breathing, can also help us stay present and focused. Community support is another crucial aspect of embracing imperfection. When we're surrounded by people who accept and encourage us, we're more likely to feel confident and self-assured. One common challenge we may face is setbacks in self-acceptance. We may encounter people who criticize or judge us, causing us to doubt ourselves. But it's essential to remember that their opinions don't define us. Another challenge is fear of vulnerability. We may worry that if we're too open or honest, we'll get hurt. But vulnerability is a strength, not a weakness. When we encounter setbacks, it's essential to practice self-compassion and remind ourselves of our strengths. To overcome these obstacles, we can try to reframe negative thoughts and focus on positive affirmations. Embracing imperfection is a journey that requires patience, kindness, and compassion. We've covered several key steps, including identifying personal flaws, reframing negative self-talk, and practicing self-acceptance. By embracing our imperfections, we can live more authentic, wholehearted lives. We can take risks, pursue our passions, and connect with others on a deeper level. Imperfection is not something to be feared or avoided. It's a natural part of being human. Embracing imperfection is essential for overall happiness and fulfillment. That does it for today's episode of 7 Good Minutes. Please take a moment to rate and review the show on the platform you're listening on. Until next time, let's be civil to one another out there. Thanks for listening.